Hey guys, Angela here, and I am here to do a book review for you guys on Endgame, The Calling by James Frey. I have it out of its cover because the cover is so shiny and it just takes away all the light. But yes, I finished today. I finally finished. Yeah. Need I say more? I finally finished. So my iPad is currently filled with all these ebooks, which I don't like. I like the hardcover print version of books over ebooks any day, but I don't have the money to go out and buy every single book that I want, and I find a great deal on ebooks. I actually splurged when I got this book. It just came out like a week after I got it, or a week before I got it. Week after I got it, yeah. No, a week before I got it, it came out, and so it was still at the full price of like $20, I think. Let me consult the jacket. Oh, it actually doesn't say, of course. Yeah, $20 on the back. And what a mistake that was. I'm sorry. If you liked it, I don't have anything wrong like with you liking it. Everyone has their own opinion, but this book was not for me one bit. They had a lot of action, which was really good, and I thought it was going to be really interesting, and like, you know, all these clues that like made sense, but you still had to put time and effort into, but it was not what I expected at all, and I am so sad that I got this over getting any other book in that bookstore. Yeah. So I want to kind of like tell you guys a little bit about the premise. It's about 12 different people, all between the ages of 13 and 17, who are fighting to keep their line in existence. They all come from different lines that are the original 12 lines of humanity, I think. And yeah, 12 people between the ages of 13 and 17. Is this kind of starting to sound a little familiar, a little like Hunger Games maybe? I thought it was very similar to Hunger Games, only it was kind of the bad knockoff version of Hunger Games. Sorry, I just have to be honest here. And the writing was just not up to par. It is a juvenile fiction, whatever that means, but when you go an entire fight scene going character's name, punched other character in the face, other character slapped character, like saying their names over and over and over at the beginning of each sentence. I'm sorry, but that does not strike me as good writing. That strikes me as very elementary. The book itself flips between 12 different people, so it makes developing any sympathy or empathy with the characters extremely hard. You never know what's going on. You don't know, who you want to side with. I mean, it's difficult. Like when you're starting to get one person down, it switches abruptly to another, and I just don't like that. I thought 12 was way too many. The main one that the author chooses to focus on was the American, which I was just kind of like, okay, typical, whatever. When I thought that any of the 12 really had a interesting story that they could have went about developing. The characters were very underdeveloped. They threw in some supporting characters, and I was just like, yeah, you don't need to throw in any more characters. You need to work on developing the ones you have in this book. I'm sorry, I don't like it. This is the first thing I've read by James Frey. I know there is some sort of controversy out there, but I don't know about it at all. So I went into this blind, and look where that got me. I'm confused. I want my money back. Oh, and by the way, one other thing. It's not really about the book, but I'm not sure if you guys can see that, but right there at the end, you see how it's kind of like broken away a bit? I actually was very gentle on this book, and my binding, I'll show you because it's still doing it, if you can see, broke away. I super glued it last night. It didn't work. Learn how to freaking put books together here, people. I mean, that shouldn't happen when I'm not even rough with it. You know what I mean? It was ridiculous. But throughout the book, there are interactive puzzles that you can do, and I was so excited for that reason alone. I thought that was a really interesting twist on a book, and I like it when I can get hands-on and think about things. But after doing a little bit of research on these puzzles are hard. This book is juvenile fiction, okay? I don't expect to be that tested. You know what I mean? Like this book, the 12 are really, really smart. They're killers. They'll do anything to win, to get their line going, or keep their line in existence, I'm sorry. But we're not like geniuses like all these people are. And I know there's $500,000 on offer for whoever finds the first key. But these puzzles don't need to be this extreme. I mean, it almost seems like they don't want anyone to win this money, which, I don't know, it's not really looking like it. But, I mean, look at this. Like, what is that supposed to be? Oops. Like, I don't even know. Some of them are a little simpler. Like, they have, excuse my Post-its, latitudes and longitudes that you can, you know, Google. And they have all these websites in the back. 18-minute videos on YouTube. Really? Like, I'm going to sit there and watch something that I find uninteresting for 18 minutes. That's not even pertaining to the book. I can draw no connection out of. And the book being juvenile fiction, they sure do drop the F-bomb quite a bit. Now, as Captain Potty Mouth here, my kid would probably know a few choice swear words by the age of 2. I'm not delusioned enough to think that they won't, some future child. But if I were a mom, I would not want my kid to read this without me knowing what's inside first. And I wouldn't think anything of it if it says juvenile fiction. But they drop a lot of F-bombs. There are a lot of gory fight scenes. I was an advanced reader. I was like reading adult fiction in 6th grade. But still, this is not, if you're going to claim it's juvenile fiction, keep it that way. You know what I mean? Like, you're either juvenile fiction or you're YA fiction or adult or whatever you want to call it. I don't think you need to swear. Sorry. It was pointless and it didn't really make sense to me. I know that's the way of the world, but I wouldn't put it juvenile fiction if there's swearing, a lot of fight scenes, and sexual scenes. That's just me. But the 12 players are set out to find the first key, the Earth key, and Endgame is all these meteors hit Earth in the 12 different locations where our 12 players start out at, and they know that it's time to play this game. They've been training all their lives, and like so many people before them that they keep passing it down, and they all hope that they don't have to play. Some want to play and are eager to, but some don't. And all the meteors strike Earth, and they realize it's time. And they meet this mysterious creature, and he tells them, you have to find and win the 3 different keys to be able to protect your line. Okay, well, when you have 12 people going out for a key, what are the odds that the same one person is going to win the second one or even the third one? A little bit of a spoiler here. One of the characters does figure out some way, I think, to get around Endgame. I didn't really clear that up because some bad things happened to this character. They didn't die, but they just did not mention it. It was toward the end of the book, and they think they found a way to kind of outsmart them and prevent Endgame, because once Endgame starts, everyone is going to die except the chosen line, the winning line. Everyone else will die, and they think they found a way to prevent it, but the book ended. So we gotta wait for the second one. I'm not sure if I'm going to read the second one. I probably will, because I did like the interactive concept, even though it's really difficult, and I'm curious. But overall, I gave this book a 2 out of 5 stars because of poor writing. That's what it really boils down to, guys. The characters were very underdeveloped, and the plot just seemed redundant because it is 12 people doing the same, going after the same thing, that I was just like, I'm over it. I don't want any more. But maybe the second one will be better. Fingers crossed. as always, thank you guys so much for watching. If you're interested, you can follow me on Goodreads or check out my blog, both of which I will link down below. You should really check it out. And I will see you next time. Bye.